Good morning, everybody. Well, we're going to continue on this project. We're going to make sure that we don't mount the tripod on the deck itself, because with that pounding, that whole camera was shaking all over the place. And we're going to make darn sure that we don't have the camera set on macro. Because when I gave that close-up shot of the wood joist starting to split a little bit, I forgot to take it off of macro. Don't ever get old because you get forgetful. Well, we're going to continue on with this project. As you can see in back of me here, I got 12 more 2x6 Douglas fir, and I picked them out myself. Okay, if you take a look here, I hand picked these myself. No bark ends, in damn good shape. So, you would not find this in the pressure treated. Pressure treated, every one of them in that pile is bark ends. So we're going to use these. Also here you can see another rotted crisscross, so I'm going to have to replace that too. Already got that one out of there. So that's the reason for the extra 2x4s. These are short enough that I can use the ones that are a little under 4 feet long that I got in the bargain bin to go here, but over here I'm going to need the full length. So, well, I better get started on this. Talking isn't going to get this job done. I gotta come back on this. I gotta get some. Let me get my square out and get my extension cord. Before I continue here, you probably noticed that I take the nail, turn it upside down, and I usually rest it on another nail that's already pounded in for support, and I pound the top. Well, I learned this years ago, and what it is it dulls the point a little bit on the nail, and it'll less apt to split the wood. In other words, instead of the nail going into the wood like a wood chisel would, very sharp, and have a tendency to split the wood, it tears its way in, and it's less apt to split. Naturally, I pre-drill, but because I pre-drill, I still got to do this anyways because I'm going into the softer wood, and I don't want to split that. So that's the reason why I flatten these out. Alright, I only needed to take a 1/4 inch off of this, but I just could not get this underneath there. So what we're going to do afterwards, we'll just have to put a block in here. At least I didn't screw it up too bad, but I wanted to get it up underneath here, but I couldn't. Now you see a little closer look here. If I cut like this and this and this, and then I have to chisel out here, I'm going to end up knocking this end off anyways. So what I'm going to do is just cut it like this. So then I still have to put a piece in here anyway, so why not just put a piece from here to here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Even though this has got a nice end, it will come off because I'm so close to the end here. I'm only like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. I took a chance and notched it out, and she fit perfectly in there. Now I only got a small, I still have to fill this in, but I was going to cut this because I figured this would break off. It could still break off when I go to put a nail in here, even though I pre-drill it. I've had them split off before. So we're going to put this one in place. Well, I was wrong. See what I mean? It doesn't pay to try to notch these out, not when it's close to the end like this. Just jockeying it around there, and I was very, very careful because I slid it out and I tried to use a wood chisel to shave it down so I can have a little less gap here. So from now on, when we cut these, we'll just cut the ends right off of them because you got to piece them in anyway, so what's the difference? Alright, I put a nail in here and that holds it in place. I just got to put a block in here. Do that later. We're going to continue on until we get to this next one. Little block I showed you earlier to make sure that they come out pretty even at this end here. Well, we gotta slip that up underneath the air conditioner support, but we gotta put some milk on it first. You know, that wood preservative stuff there, you can call it that, because I won't be able to get underneath that support there if I don't do that first. And we're gonna try to get it up underneath. It's hitting the back joist over there, so it's gonna be a little problem getting it in. Some of this wood, if you can really see it or not, has a curvature. One has a curvature this way and the other has a curvature this way, so the ends come together, but the middles are separated, like the one down here. The one right down that line there. But that's what we have to work with, because the crowns are down. If I turn them the other way, then I could compensate for that, but then the crowns will be up. Right now the crowns are down. Okay, you can see we got the space here. We don't have it here, but we do have it down there. And the wood is, you know, just the way the wood is, eh? And this one here's got a big space in it, but this has got the normal nail space here. But you can't have perfection. The only way you're gonna have perfection is to get the artificial wood, which is like 5 or 6 times more money than this stuff costs. Oh, I'll nail it down the way it is. She looks good to me. I'm gonna have to run down to the hardware store to get some more 16s. That's 3 pounds of 16 so far I got on this deck. This one here, I have to put the crown the wrong way because I got a knot on the very edge. I have no choice. Somehow missed it when I picked them out, and I picked those out. Well, I got a 2x4 laying up there. I had bought a 2x3, and that wasn't wide enough. I thought it was when I did all my figuring. It's a good thing I bought a 2x4. It was going to be used for one of the crisscrossers that I got to replace. But we're using it for this, so we got to fill in over here by the stairs. We got a gap of about 3.5 inches, but we got to cut around for the posts and stuff, and then I got to put some more wood preservative on before I put this in there. I don't want to start banging with the camera tripod on the deck, so hopefully you can see it from here. Okay, well, here is the story. This has got to be replaced. Cut around here. Of course, you still got to nail that down. Yet I haven't nailed it. And cut around here. And I had to kind of shave that off over there. And put plenty of this wood stuff on there, wood preservative. I found one thing, that when you try to put a second coat on this, it beads up. So it must protect a little bit anyways. Well, we're going to pre-drill, and we're just going to put one nail in each one here. This is a Douglas fir also. We'll finish that up. We'll be back in the video in a little bit. We had to go into number 12 nails, but that's only in the very end over here. I'll get some more 16s and I'll drive a third one in here on this 2x6 here. There's only the last two 2x6s that I had to use number 12s in. They're very close. The number 16 is about a 1/4 inch longer. show you what I did. Alright, I pre-coated all these from here to here before I slid them under here. I got to put one more nail in here. Let's see, I had to run this down a little bit because it was at an angle, so I had to shave some off. Not a very beautiful job, but I could have used a hole saw to cut this out, but I had to kind of like do it on the end, so I figured I'd just chisel it out and saw it out. It don't look bad. I wished I didn't have to do this and could have had an even 2x6 in there, but okay, I gotta put that little block in that I'll show you in a minute here, and I gotta put some Pheno seal in there. I had cut the block, fit in here, drilled a hole in it, and I'm gonna put one nail in it. That's all we need because we don't want this to split. Before we do, add some Pheno seal. Kind of like hold it in place too. Flush it out. So there's a little gap there, but that's a blade thickness. We can't help that. Things happen. Now, be very careful. We don't want to split this, so I don't want to drive that too much in there. And, set up. Not worried about in between because you want that stuff that way. Well, we got that in, but I got to do one more over here. We'll do that off camera. So that's it, except for the wood preservative. Anything I got to do now is to put the crisscrosses on. That'll be another project for another day. Thanks for watching.